I was actually thinking about starting this video by ranting about how much I dislike oversized pulley wheel cages and stuff like that, and how it's kind of crazy for people to spend 500 bucks just to make your derailleur even heavier and arguably uglier. But then I kind of look back at it myself. That's pretty strong coming from a dork who spent, say, 35 euros on bolts. So yeah, I'm just gonna chat up now and talk about these. These are the Extralite UltraPulley, and the important part for me, these are Delrim, or aka some kind of plastic, is not metal. That's the main reason why I stay away from all of those OSW, whatever they're called, because I don't want to add another piece of metal to make noise, basically. And you could argue, yeah, it doesn't make noise, but I will argue they will always make more noise than a plastic pulley or a Delrim or Delrin or whatever they're called. And these Extralite pulleys are one of the few pulleys that actually can save some weight instead of adding weight. Even this 12 tooth, which are bigger than the original 11 tooth that you find on the Dura Ace and Ultegra derailleurs. So without further ado, let's get these on the scales. 5.9. Apparently that means 12 grams for the set. And to check that against the actual original, just to show you here, I just took apart the Dura Ace pulleys, and we have these shims. We shouldn't forget they are needed for that weight. And then we're up to 16.2, so we can actually save weight and add one tooth for whatever reason we want to. They actually make an 11 as well, which will save even more weight, but there's actually a reason why I picked the 12 teeth one, which I can actually go into now. I got the first version of this Dura Ace derailleur. They had this little issue of the chain actually rubbing against this tab. You can see some marks on mine, and of course you could just shave this down with like a Dremel or something like that. But if I add a bigger pulley wheel here, the chain will actually go a bit further out from this edge. So that was one reason I picked the 12 over the 11. The other reason was there were no 11 tooth in stock when I got these. So yeah, there's one other thing that should be mentioned. The thickness of these original pulleys, you can see they are like 6 millimeters, and the Ultra pulleys are actually a whopping 8.4 basically. So the original screws that comes with the Dura Ace derailleur are too short. So you actually need longer screws, and of course they make screws for that as well, Extralite that is. If you use it for the Shimano derailleurs, you need to pick the 15.5 millimeter length or the 12.2C model name. As you can see, they are quite a bit longer. With that in mind, those bolts, 1.2 grams for 2, and the original Shimano bolts 2.7. So even though there are longer, we actually save a few grams as well. So if you just double check all the weight, including bolts, we need to be thorough. Otherwise I will regret this myself. So 18.8 including the mounting screws, and the Ultra pulleys with screws 13.1. So let's save some weight, baby. Let's put this together and see how it all looks. A little bit of grease on the head and the thread according to their instructions, and these are only going to 2 newtonmeters, 2.5 to 3 newtonmeters, but actually in T20. So this is the wrong tool. Hold on. And just double check the assembled weight to 11.3 and The original weight was this. So this is now like a few weeks later. For whatever it's worth, it's shifting just fine. I wouldn't say it's better or worse than before. I just wanted to add one point that could be good to know. Since those pulley wheels are wider, you move the center line of the chain, so to speak, which means you need to adjust your rear derailleur. And as you can see here, I'm now at plus 17, and that is basically all the way to the smaller gears. So if you already have adjusted your derailleur to this part of the settings, it might not be enough adjusting left to get this like straight on. So yes, so I mentioned that could be a good thing to keep in mind. That's it, nothing else to add. Catch you in the next one. Peace.